Hello YouTube, I'm going to do a quick unboxing and review, well, relatively quick, of a pen screwdriver. My initial thoughts were, why would I need a pen screwdriver? Of course, I don't work with electronics all that much. I do, but not a lot. But when I do, it's a tool that I would definitely want to have. Anyways, what inspired the thought of even purchasing this was watching RC car videos. I'm trying to do modifications on RC cars and stuff like that, and I noticed how painful it is to watch the videos of guys when they're taking stuff apart and they don't fast forward through it. To watch them taking the screws out, that's not something I want to watch. I know how to take a screw out, but this thing right here just will solve that problem. I just go woo, zip them out, get them out, do what I need to do, and move on. Anyways, on with the unboxing part of it, which as you can see, it's already unboxed, so it's not really an unboxing, but I'll give you a simulated unboxing. It comes in this box right here. It's the YZH tool, and I think the model is LSD01. You can buy it from Amazon. I'll get into those details after I tell you what comes in the box. The lid comes off. It has a very premium feel. It gives you a couple of details of what comes in it. There's the type of screw bits that come in it. It has a very premium feel. It's very hard cardboard, kind of like what a tablet or a phone would come in. It has that kind of premium feel. Inside of the box, the first thing that you pull out is a little instruction book. This is the English one. It also comes with a Chinese one, and it gives you details of everything that comes inside of the box. Okay, the next thing that comes in the box is this magnetic work table. When you flip this open, you open it like that, and it comes in a sleeve like this one, and that is this part right here. It's a little magnetic table. It has two sides to it. It works very well. I've already tested it. The next thing is this. That's what you're looking at. It's very well packaged, very professional packaging. The boxes, like I said, feel premium. It has a really soft, sleek design to it. Not that the box matters, but you know, it's eye appealing. Alright, so all these little attachments right here come in this box. It's called the attachments box, obviously, and then you just open this little box and you have a little glass bottle that has screws in it. You have this magnetizer, demagnetizer. You magnetize at the bottom, and you demagnetize at the top. It has a suction cup with little finger insert holes for phone repairs. I call this a guitar pick, but it's actually a pry tool for phones. And then a case. I will talk about more about this case because you're going to find some models out there that don't have it. It's even this same model, there's some that don't have it, but I'll leave the details of this particular model. Right? I'll show you that in a little bit. And then you have the other thing inside the box is the USB cable. What I do like about the USB cable is that it is longer than any other tool that you get. Normally you get these little short wires that are like that long, and you're like, well, you know, I can't just set it somewhere if my plug is down here or whatever. This one's pretty long. I would say about 2 feet. We'll measure it in a minute. And then, the last thing inside of the box is the screwdriver itself. It comes in a box with a plastic Ziploc bag. It comes in that little Ziploc bag, and that's what you get inside of that box. Here is the screwdriver itself. It has little rubber caps. It comes out on either sides. Now, the first thing that when I watched the review of this item before, I was wondering about this. I was like, how sturdy is this piece of plastic? Because it seemed to me like it was like one of those sleeves that you can get at any cheap hardware store, Walmart, whatever. And that flexible kind of plastic that breaks. This is not. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on there, and it's made out of maybe 0.5 millimeter thickness, but it's pretty thick. It's not something that's just gonna break. All right, so here's the tool itself. This is the main item in this box that we're looking after. Here's the charging lights right here. Here is it has the name brand on it, and then you got your backwards and your forward buttons. It has 3 LEDs. More on this thing in a minute. All right, and then you have the box. I like the box. The box is really cool. It has magnetic covers that exposes on either side what you have inside of the box, what kind of tips you have. And for that, you can look online. You will see what kind of tips it has, how many of them of each it has, and so on and so forth. But for the purpose of this video, is just a quick unboxing of what comes in the box. And I'll talk a little more details on it later. So here's an old remote control that I have. Let's see how it works. Let's see what kind of tip I need for this. I think I already know which one I need. It's not on that side, it's on this side. And there you go, that's the tip. Nope, maybe a little bit bigger. I'm gonna need two because this has two different kind of screws. So let's use these two. So my initial thoughts, because I already tested it a little bit before and charged it before doing this video, is if you're gonna use it to, because you can torque and untorque stuff with the tool itself, then I would recommend holding it like right around where the name brand is and doing your thing. Because I was trying to do it earlier, and as I was doing it, I was holding it down there and I was accidentally pushing these buttons, and it was making it a little hard to achieve what I was trying to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to untorque, and it will, the screwdriver will, but I just don't want to put strain on it because I want it to last me. So I'll just do a little bit of untorquing real quick on all the screws because I don't want to put the motors into any kind of strain. There you go. So that's, I just untorqued all these screws. Now here is the benefit of this tool. If you're one of those guys that gets frustrated because you got to keep taking off screws and it just takes forever to take the screws out, you just want to get to what's inside, right? That's what the intent of taking the screws out is. Let's see how fast I can get these screws out. There's one. There's two. It's out. It just didn't come on the tip. There's three. Change tips. Nope. Got one more of the same size for the battery cover. And then two more. Hey, that was pretty quick. I know that that's the most boring part of watching somebody work on something, is watching them take off screws, but that was just to show you how versatile the tool actually is. And it has 3 LED lights. Okay, you can see them right there. Now they don't look very bright, but they do work. I was testing them earlier, and the only thing that I had to gauge it was the actual base itself to see if I can see to the bottom of that base, and that's all you need really when you're taking off a screw and you need to see the head. So the only thing that I can see is that the only way you can get the light on is by trying to hit the reverse or forward button. There is no way to turn the light on other than that. So I can see to the bottom of that cup. Yep, I can definitely see I wish I could show you this, but let's try. Let's see. Let's try to get closer to the camera here. Yep, it works. Now as far as stand goes, it sits in there. Put it closer to the camera. There you go. It works. I mean, it's not so sturdy that it's going to keep it there if you hit it, but it's sturdy enough, as you see, if I wobble it, that it'll hold it, because there is some weight to the base of it. Now, as far as that, this is the last talking point that I want to talk about, because I was interested in getting it with this. So it's just not rolling around. Your tool's not just going off the table, rolling around, whatever the case might be. I just thought that it was interesting that I can get a little holder for it. So let's put this back together, and I'll talk a little bit more about all the other features and stuff. And let me put these screws back in because I don't want to lose anything. Alright, so I'll put them in there. Hopefully I won't lose any of them. And there's another one. Come on, get in there. I apologize, guys. I know this is the most boring part of watching any kind of tutorial, is this kind of stuff. I know it bugs me sometimes. Anyway, back to the box. Pull out the screwdriver, and start with the little ones. And I'm not really gonna torque them because this is an old piece of thing. I'm not gonna use this. Ooh, too small. See, I got this too small little bit. And I just let it kind of slip out of my hands. When I feel that, I'm good. I don't want to get it any tighter than that. Let's just see if this same one works. It works. It strains a little bit when you try to get a screw into the hole. It's probably because I didn't put it in completely straight, but it did put it in through, and it didn't damage the screwdriver by no means. See, it still works. It still works. Now, as far as how much noise does it make under no stress, you can hear that. All right, so how long is this thing? The screwdriver itself is 7 1/8 inches, and it is about 5/8 maybe. Can't really tell. Yeah, about 5/8. Now, as far as the box itself with everything, oh, and forgot to mention the USB port here is on the back for the battery charge. Now, I will tell you something about the battery charging on this thing. That looks like it has bars. Well, the bars either they are not lit at all when you're using the screwdriver, and when you're charging it, when it is charging, the lights are white. When it's completely charged, the lights are blue. There is no, they don't work independently. It's all the lights white, all the lights blue. I wish the company would make it to where it would give you an indication of how much battery life you have in it, or how much battery it has to until it is completely charged, like how much charge is going into the device, but it doesn't. But that's not a hard knock. I'm happy with it. Let's see how much it measures, and this might be important depending on your setup. Like, what are you going to do with it? Was it going to go in a small toolbox where it might not fit? So you just put this thing back on there. Try to not lose these little rubber shoes, because the covers for the plastic piece, because that's what holds it in place. Is that rubber, kind of like a shower curtain. It just holds it in place, brings it in place, and it stays nice and tight. It doesn't come out. Anyway, the box itself is 7 7/8 actually, and times 3 3/4, and it is about 7/8 thick. All in all, not a bad size. It'll fit in a small toolbox perfectly. I already have my own little toolbox that I'm using, and it just fits perfect. Now, I would have liked for all of the stuff that comes with it to fit in it, but I'm not so worried about the base, the magnetizer, the screws, all this stuff, because I'm using a fishing box as my toolbox, so I can just put those in different slots, and all that stuff's gonna stay together anyways. The charging cord is, let's see, that's important too. Something that I always wonder, how long is the charging cord whenever I buy something? I don't know if you're like me, but that's just me. It is 19.5 inches, which is more than plenty if you're just going to sit it on a wall outlet and you can just lay the screwdriver down. All right, that's all the things that come with it. Now, a little bit of talk about this thing. Like I said, it's LSD01. The brand is YZH Tools. I picked it up for $49.99 on Amazon, and it runs with tax, I don't know, roughly where I live, about $55, something like that, maybe a little less. It runs off 3.7 volts. It has a 260 mAh battery. It takes about 45 minutes to charge, and it can run 2 hours continuous. That is a long time for a battery to last. I will do a review on it later. Once I start using it, I'm not going to charge the battery at all for the next week or two because I am going to be using it a lot. So once that's said and done, I will come back and tell you how long that battery life lasted. And I know that's not going to be good for if you're trying to purchase it, but it'll at least give you a little indication if you have a little bit of time to wait. It does run at 170 revolutions per what? I saw that earlier. Per minute. It's got the RPMs. Yes, RPMs. And that's just about all there is to talk about this thing. It's, like I said, a screwdriver, but I like it. It has a premium feel to it. I like the magnetic covers. I like the feel of the little hard case that it holds. It's a very sleek design. Here it is. If you don't bring any of the other stuff that comes with it, you have everything you need right here. And I will post a link to the description and to the on Amazon on where I purchased it and how much it cost if you're interested. Thanks for watching.